Hey there everybody, welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and we're back in Magic the Gathering Arena. And we're gonna do something a little different. Rakdos. But this time, it's zombies. Centered, focus around kind of Death Baron. Now this deck is not mine. This is a Jeff Hoogland deck that I've made some adjustments to. You can see that I still have a sideboard. I play best of one, so I did make some changes to this for what I thought would make best of one a little bit better for the matchups I was having. So the key cards here are Death Baron is one of the main ones. Skeletons you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. This card is hyper synergistic with some of the other cards in the deck. The newcomers to the deck that I was not expecting to be as good as they were, but I fucking loved, are probably number one, Lazotep Reaver. I have to read this name because I never read it. I just know what the card looks like from the artwork. A 2-mana 1/2 amass 1 when it enters the battlefield. That means it's like a good version of that fucking goblin card. I don't remember where it's at, but you know, the goblin card that summons 2/1/1 goblins. This is a better version of that card, and they're both zombies. And so that means that if you play Death Baron, you play this on 2 into Death Baron, you get a 2/3 and a 2/2 Death Touch that are both attacking. Very, very powerful. This deck has a ton of 1, 2 to 3 potential. I didn't really draw that much good 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, even though decks built around that. I got kind of unlucky in most of the clips you're gonna see of that kind, but then there's just some games you went off that. But like, if you get, this is another newcomer here, 1-mana 1/1 Menace seems kind of weak on face value. The Menace is not irrelevant, especially when it's a 2/2 Death Touch. You know, having Menace and Death Touch together is pretty damn good. Not to mention the 3 mana, sacrifice another creature, get 2 +1/+1 counters. Makes this kind of like a poor man's Growth Chamber Guardian in some ways. You know, it's just a 1-drop. It's a weaker creature that buffs itself to be a stronger creature. It's probably not a great comparison, honestly, but a 1-mana 1/1 that gets through, it could trigger Spectacle pretty easily. We're not actually using that at all in this deck, but it gets through for damage frequently. The fact that they become a 3/3 Menace, if you don't really have, like, if you have some Gutter Bones and you don't have anything to sink your mana into, so you get his Gutter Bones back into play immediately, has some great plays. It works really good with Grim Initiate because it creates the 1/1 when it dies. A 3/3 Menace is scary. It's above Cryocanarium. It's above Shocks. You know, it obviously still gets removed by a lot, but this card I was very impressed with. This card I was very impressed with. And a few other, like Judith, really brings the whole deck together. Death Baron is really good, and he's obviously hyper synergistic with some cards like the Reaver, but Judith really is kind of what brings the deck together. Without Judith, I don't think it'd be doable. She's not a zombie, but the Anthem effect to hit all your creatures with +1 attack is really good, and then when your creatures die, the ability to ping other threats down is very powerful. It's just like Judith on 3 or Death Baron on 3, you're almost always going to pick Judith on 3 because you often get better trades than you can even with Death Baron, because you're gonna do, you know, that ping damage. Now, a few cards in here that are questionable. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is a card that just wins games, man. You've seen it before. It just absolutely destroys some matchups, but then some matchups it just doesn't do anything. A lot of times I was playing against something like Mono Red. I played this on 2 just so the real 2-drop I wanted to live. Like, I wanted this guy to live to get some increased value. Like, I just played it because I knew they had a shock and that they were more likely to shock this, assuming it's a big threat, even though it's not, again, that matchup. And so maybe this thing would live. The matchups where it's good, it absolutely just fucking destroys. But it is dead in a lot of matchups. I think it's 4 of, I don't know. It seems a bit high. I had it more than I wanted. It definitely feels like a better best of 3 card because you could sideboard it out in those matchups where it's just too slow. But in some matchups, it just wins you the game. Speaking of cards that just win you the game, Dreadhorde Butcher is a zombie. You've seen this in a previous video. Damn. If you're on the play and they don't have a 1-drop, you just win like 80% of the time, I think. This card is absolutely nuts. If you're on the draw, this card frequently doesn't do much. The only time it does a lot is if you're going specifically from, they play a search for as nothing on 1, search for Azcanta on 2, and then they don't immediately have Moment of Craving. But a lot of times, you know, you're on the play, you play it, it's a 2/2. Even if they get another guy down, frequently you could buff this guy up enough, you could Heartfire something, you could get through their 2-drop pretty easily, especially with something like Death Baron. It becomes a 3/3. And then it becomes a 4/4, and then it hits Fate. Like, this card absolutely runs away with the game And it's another card that can be kind of dead sometimes. If they have something on the field to block with, it's frequently better to keep it in your hand until you can get in for that 1 point of damage, because once this is up to a 2/2, it's a way better card. Other than that, it's kind of just a standard aggro deck, really. Rakdos aggro. It's probably weaker than some normal aggro decks, but it's zombies, man. It's fucking cool. And you're gonna play some new cards that aren't gonna make it into a lot of other decks, and they're hyper powerful, I think, in this specific deck. This card could probably make it in Aristocrats. Maybe this one could too, but the fact that they're both zombies, they're hyper synergistic. And honestly, the deck was just a lot of fun. I was surprised at how much fun I was having. I did lose a lot of games. I wouldn't use this deck on ladder in a best of 1. I think as best of 3, able to filter out the cards that are exceptionally bad in the matchup what makes this deck way better in a best of 3 format than a best of 1, which I think is kind of unique for an aggro deck. But I recommend you guys try it out. I had a lot of fun with it, and I bet you will too. Anyway, I got some clips to follow. I hope you guys like it. If you want to watch me live, I stream Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that's it. Hope to see you guys next time. All right, let's get some good games in. 2 bad games, but you know what? This is the good one. I can feel it. We get a 1-drop into a 2-drop into a 3-drop. Judith works overtime in this deck, man. Judith is so good. Gutterbones is good on turn 1, like really good. He trades with everything. You don't really care. You don't want to spend 3 mana to bring him back, but Llanowar Elf, you know, who cares, right? Okay, here's the question though. Do we play Priest? That way if he doesn't have anything to follow up with this, he's not gonna block. So we don't care. If we play Priest, what do we sacrifice though? We could sacrifice Judith and this to get 2 points of damage in after the attack. We could attack with this for 3, and then if this dies and Judith dies, we could ping 2 damage to things before the sacrifice effect, so we'd be able to kill Llanowar in another 1-drop. It's not exactly what I want, but it's not bad. Okay, white, black, green. That is not very good. Which means we're not playing... Oh. Double counters on it. That's probably pretty good. I can't play this first. I had to play Gutterbones first. I can play Gutterbones and play Dreadhorde Invasion. We'll target you, submit, Gutterbones, get out of here. You're just gonna get blocked to death anyway. Wow, interesting, okay. This card's so good in this deck. Double Bodies is nuts. Double Bodies is nuts. I'm surprised he got rid of that. He really needs, he must be mana stuck, or he knows exactly what he wants to ramp into. All right, that's gonna be sacrificed. Or is it? I play Judith. Yes. You and you. Ping it. Ping it. All right, you've got to sacrifice one of those two. Probably the Llanowar Elf at this point, right? We can just bring a Gutterbones back, or we can bring the Marshal up. I think we bring the Gutterbones back. This is a good sacrifice target for us as well. Obviously. He's going to gain a bunch of life here, probably 6. All right. Because he's probably going to have 2 Explorer triggers, right? Bolus's Citadel. Well, you know, at least he's playing memes. He doesn't want it, though. Another one. Llanowar Elf. Okay. Not super good. Not super bad. That's pretty fantastic, though. I'll pay the 2 life, who cares? I think, well, I'll choose you. I really don't want to sacrifice Judith. I'm not going to. This will only deal 1 damage, but we'll ping that out. Because we can still kill something, so we're still... He's keeping enough threats where we can't really do that much, but at the same time... We can just bring a Gutterbones back. We can't actually do anything, that's fine. Man. Explore, 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 explore. Man, we really need that. Alright, I guess he just didn't have anything. I didn't feel like we were getting that much value out of that. Like, we were getting enough. We kept killing something, but he was staying out of reach. All he needed is a few combo pieces, and I think he had us. Or just like we didn't get what we needed. If we would have had a 1-drop, he was down to like 7 life. The difference between having a 1-drop and getting in for 3 extra damage or something would have been like nuts. These cards are all very good together. I like all these cards. I'm a huge fan of this card. A 1-mana 1/1 menace is cool, but the ability to become a 3/3 menace at instant speed is just real nice. It's not as good as like Growth Chamber Guardian, of course, but Growth Chamber Guardian is absurd. This card is still pretty good in this deck. You wouldn't... I don't know if I'd run it in mono... I don't know if I'd run it in aggro. Mono black aggro. Excuse me, opponent. This card's really good too. I'm a huge fan of this one. This is definitely a card that I would run in the Cavalcade deck. Come on, bro. We don't have all day. Ah! Peter TP! Pretty much depends if you have a good target to sacrifice. Well, yeah, and the idea is this deck does have a lot of good targets to sacrifice, but I've been making... This deck, it might be a little harder than I'm thinking. Because I've been losing a lot. That's terrible. Mono white's basically our worst matchup. I will block that 10 times out of 10 just to keep them from going wide for as long as possible. Never mind. That's the dumbest card I've ever seen. Yep. We gotta play this guy. There's probably no reason to not attack with this guy unless he's gonna put another 1 counter on him. I will gladly block every day of the week. Judith is good here. But so is just creating a bunch of shitty 1/1s to force him to take a bunch of life. Play the Gutterbones. Gutterbones comes into play tap. Can't block it anyway because we got Menace. Healer Hawk's good, but we have Judith. It doesn't have first strike, right? Okay. Yeah, that 1/1 zombie just got through for 4 damage. A little better than what you would expect on average. Gotta play the Judith here. What do you got for 1 mana? That's a sorcery speed. Oh, maybe it's just the pay for life. Hey, we got him. Judah too powerful. Yeah, I think trading for that 2/1 was really good. He didn't go that wide that fast. I think he missed some land drops. He or she. Ant to the max. Let's go. Fight me, bro. Fucking fight me. This is a fantastic hand if we're going first, which we are. This seems like it could be an easy win. We never know how it's going down. Cat Tribal. Cat Tribal on its way. All right. I'll play this 10 times out of 10. Block it. That's a high value block right there. This is mono blue. He doesn't want to get rid of his only creature though. But he's got to. Maybe that's like a waste of that card, but I don't feel like it. Card kind of blows dick. We do not care. We should have played this. No, he doesn't have a 1-mana counter. There's not one that does not exist. A spell pierce exists, but this is not a spell, or it is a creature spell. My creatures also have evasion, but he wasn't gonna block anyway. It's mono blue. They don't block. Mono blue is still a tough matchup, but we got stuff on the board and we got mana sinks, so we're like fine. Oh my Christ, are you fucking kidding me? That is absolutely absurd. We can never stop that. He probably has dive down. I will sacrifice this. Submit. Extra point of damage. What do you have for 1 blue? You got dive down. Don't even pretend. We're hitting him for 3, 4, 5, 6 a turn. He's only hitting us for 3, but he's drawn 3 cards a turn to our 1. So, it's not looking too good. Still, sacrificing a 1/1 to get like 1 damage to get 2 damage for 3 mana is not irrelevant. Okay, this never resolves. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can only do one thing, so we're just not gonna do it. All right, what are you targeting? We do not care at all. Correct. Still taking 4. Okay. 3, 6, 7 damage next turn, and we have potentially lethal if he taps out, which he never will, but in the rare situation that he does tap out. I mean, we just jam Judith next turn, no matter what. Right, we go for the lethal. Unless we draw, like, Gutter Bones, in which case we try to go for Gutter Bones. Okay, dive down does nothing, but it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, I think he may have given in the bucket, given it up. Good game. We only had 7 damage on the board. We could have increased it. I guess we could have. Yeah, you're right. We had exactly 8. We could have sacrificed the 1/1 to get +2/+2. So we had exactly 8 damage and he couldn't have blocked. Wow. That worked out really well. Those cats really carried that game. Hardcore. Fucking cat tribal. Fuck the zombie tribal. Let's go with cats. Needless to say, I'm talking about cats. I need some water. I'm almost out of that. This card makes Aristocrats really good. It's in black and has 2 bodies on it. It's a better version of the goblin, but conscripts or whatever, 2 1/1s. Play this. No matter what he plays next turn, it gets sacrificed! Priest of the Forgotten Gods on a nearly empty board is pretty scary for whatever he tries to play. Searcher Escantha, though, that ain't shit. I will admit, it ain't shit. Yeah, we'll play this. I think we're just going for the damage here. He might have Cry, which is going to be terrible for us. But, yeah, we should have played this, because Cry Canarium's coming out next turn 100%, right? That was a misplay. Nothing survives Cry. We sacrifice Gutter Bones 100% though to Cry. That way we can get them back. Which we can do it as a instant. So we can get them back in our hand instantly too, which is actually really nice. Okay, what do you... Oh, he doesn't have enough... He doesn't have the Cry mana. He's got double blue. No, only one black. All right, well. Submit. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Bring him back. Ah, only during your turn. You can't do it as an instant. Okay, never mind. Gutterbones is being countered. Oh no. This is 3 mana. This creates 2 black. We got 6 damage out of hand. Ah, I need another red source. Do we ever play Gutterbones here? No. We'll play around Cry. Because now we could sacrifice these 2. And Heartfire. I don't know if I want to do that though. Deals 3 damage to any target creature. You gain 3 life whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control. Okay, well that's a 6-point life swing, which is pretty nuts. I guess it's only 3 points. Okay, so we gotta do it. Obvi, submit. I do like just attacking here. We can create a 2/2 at instant speed. Did he gain 3 life from this? And you gain 3 life. It's not you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Quite different. This is now above Cry, which is pretty nice. This is not. Neither is the thing it creates. Okay.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
Okay. We will resolve that.
Reverse.
Goodbye. You served us well. Vault. Hoopa doopa. That heart is on fire. We got it. Sorry, Esper. Sorry, Esper. Get out of here. We don't want you here. You aren't good enough to fight me. I hope one day to have as many as 3 emotes all the way across the sky. I've started putting in more and more effort, like significantly more effort into my YouTube. Because honestly, I've been streaming on Twitch for over a year, and I'm still, you can see right now, I have 2 viewers, 3 viewers, something like that. Sometimes I'll get 10 on a good night, but I don't get that many viewers. I'm a very, very small streamer consistently. So I figured if I start putting more effort into YouTube, maybe I'll be able to have some luck there and get some sort of cross-breeding situation. Cross-breeding sounds gross. We go first again. We are gods at this game. Magic is easy. Just play first on your aggro deck. Let me see. I got, like, YouTube's crazy. I've gotten 11 subscribers in the last 28 days, which I'm at 67 right now, which is a huge, huge, huge increase. I'm obviously, I've been very lucky recently on YouTube to have a video that got up to 700 views when I average like 10 views or less on a video. Now my videos are averaging like 50 views, which is like really good. It's something I'm actually quite proud of. Well, we basically won this. Even if he has a way to remove this next turn with Gates Ablaze, we're doing so much damage to him. We're doing 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to him. But I mean, it's not like it's instantly over, but being at 4 is, you know, we have 4 damage lethal in the deck. And if he doesn't remove it this turn, then he's just dead from what's on board. All right, so he's going to gain 3. He's going to go down to 6. Oh, he's not. Well. Okay. Of course. I think we get the extra damage here. This is, if he Gates Ablaze this, he just dies now. Well, you are doing better than me. Well, this time, time is a big factor. Yeah, I think so. That's come. I'm just hoping a combination of YouTube and stuff will really help me grow overall. Good game. Yeah, Gates Ablaze. Our deck's really good against Gates Ablaze because we want our shit to die. Judith is really good against Gates Ablaze specifically, I should say.